Please check for me how it is. Check. Behind. Then get it created.
A very good evening, Facebook. A very good evening, YouTube. A very good evening, dear viewers. A very good evening, Africa. And here at Addis Port in the country of Uganda, the city of Kampala, the trading center of Chireka, is an international money match with $700 US at stake, and yet the interest nationally is quite more than that. On table is a very young man, proudly from the city of Harare in the southern African country of Zimbabwe, MALVERN MUKONZA. He is nicknamed Maluva. He is taking on all the way from the city of Dar es Salaam in the East African country of Tanzania. He is their #1 ranked player today in HAMAD SEIF. They are racing to 16. It is time for action. Advanced Talent Agency at its very best. 3 frames have been played as I've been having lots of internet glitches which seem to have been solved, because now the video looks quite better. To present you this action in video and audio, my name is Simon Peter Chobe. MALVERN MUKONZA 1, SEIF HAMAD 2. And instead of the players' respective names on the scoreboard that is on the top of your screen, they are represented by their respective national flags. On the left, the green, yellow, red, black of Zimbabwe, and on the right, the green, yellow, black, blue of Tanzania. SEIF 2, MALVERN 2, HAMAD 2, MUKONZA 2, Zimbabwe 2, Tanzania 2, Harare 2, Dar es Salaam 2, Mama Samia 2, Emerson Mnangagwa 2. And this year, lots of games involving these two players have already been streamed at this very platform. You do remember the tour of Maluva and Eshka to Uganda about 3 months ago, when they did decide to bravely take that decision to come and have money matches against Uganda's best players, and yes, participated in 3 comps in a period of around 10 days, exactly around 3 months ago. Maluva had mixed performances, did participate in a weekly comp that was organized at the Kamocha Pool Center, was eliminated in the second round by Joseph Kasozi. He also did participate in another comp in which he was beaten in the second round by Idris Bogede. A very sad tour in which he got the painful death while he was thousands of kilometers away in Kampala, that he had lost his young brother, and yet continued in tour, playing money matches against Caesar, against Ibrahim Kayanja, and 2 money matches against Rashid Wagaba Dog City. Very narrow defeats he did have in 3 of them, and yet had a very sweet victory against Dog City. And as for Maluva, as for SEIF HAMAD, first time that he was being streamed on this platform was the tournament that was organized in the city of Kitale in East Africa, in the East African country of Kenya. The tournament that was called the Tawi Open, that was sponsored by the senator in Alan Chesanga. Only 2 players traveled from Tanzania, that was SEIF and Amadeus, and 12 male players did travel from Uganda, including Kasozi, including Dog City, including Lawrence, including Hazard, including Ibrahim Kayanja, and others. The tournament was won not by a Kenyan, because majority of the participants were Kenyan. It was not won by any of the Ugandans, but it was won by this guy SEIF HAMAD, and he overcame 3 Ugandans in the last 3 rounds to win that competition so honorably. That performance in the quarterfinals, in which he defeated Lokoma Hazard of Uganda in a race to 7 by decider 7-6. His semi-final match, which went all the way to the decider, taking down Uganda's Senyonjo Glorious, and yet in a race to 7, it still ended the 7-6. And then in the final came another Ugandan in Ian Kazibe. In race to 9, it did end 9-8, and it is again SEIF HAMAD who won, to spark off celebrations that went on all through the night in Kitale, where we are, and in Dar es Salaam, where they are watching online. Today, he gets a chance to come to Uganda for the very first time in his career. Not so known a few years ago, but this year he's one of those players who have attained so much respect from pool enthusiasts all over Africa because of his discipline on the table, his technique, his attacking play, his bravery, his swag when things are going well for him. We've not seen enough of him when things are not going so well for him. This one will be an example of such. 4 games played, SEIF 2, Maluva 2, race to 16, $700 US. Yes, we are informed that the draws of tomorrow's Super 8 Cup will be done after the first time out, after 10 minutes of this match. Rest to 16, Maluva 2, SEIF 2. Special recognition to the Honorable Gideon Onyango, Chairman of Mukono Polo Club, the leadership of the Advanced Talent Agency, the delegation from Kenya and Tanzania. Special recognition, Ibrahim in September, Collins Way, Cornelius again, Jeremiah Nairobi. All of you top players from Uganda, men and women, maximum respect. By the way, the first two frames have gone. Clearly, these two players will have a lot of respect for each other. They are taking on each other for the very first time. This is the first statistic between themselves. MALVERN MUKONZA, having gone 2 games down, has won 3 on the trot and has made it 3-0. A crowd of watching Ugandans are all very disciplined and they are seemingly impartial. Just watching pool, players, fans, team managers, and the like, men and women, all in about there are 200s of them at the venue. Some of them have been watching another match in football between, I don't know, it has been Premier League going on. My focus was on pool anyway. It is SEIF to break. His breaks are normally good. These two players are both a one-man army. They came just on their own. Malova arriving in the wee hours of Thursday. No, the wee hours of Friday morning. It was already Friday because it was around midnight. And it's SEIF HAMAD arriving in the morning the following day from Harare and Dar es Salaam respectively to come and shake tables in the city of Kampala, a country of Uganda that has been known as one of the best hunting grounds on the African continent. One of the venues, one of the places where African players now know that they must reach in order to test their abilities on the pool tables. And yes, other players are going to participate in this 8-man comp, and there will be other money matches that are lined up for you during the course of the week. All the action will be streamed live on the Advanced Talent Agency platform. This is the only match, in my opinion, which is being streamed on these 2 platforms. That is Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. Please remember to subscribe to the platform of the Advanced Talent Agency. By the way, they are sponsoring this entire event. Cash prizes, players movement, accommodation, meals, name it. So charging to watch is only and only fair. To subscribe, visit www.atsportslive.com. That is the name of the website. That is www.atsportslive.com. Log in first before you subscribe every time that you visit the platform. And once you make a payment, please don't be too rushy to leave the platform. First wait for a confirmation message. Sometimes you take too little time waiting. About 10 seconds is enough and you are good to go. However, if you find it difficult, especially for news, feel free to work with the agents of the Advanced Talent Agency, whose numbers are being shared on all the social media platforms, just to ensure that you give them your $1.5 for the day, or $6 for the week, or $16 for the month, or about $90 for the year, to watch all the action as it comes your way. And it's going to be action after action after action. And SEIF HAMAD did the action, is again treating us to action. No prize for guessing. He can never miss this black ball. White is safe. SEIF 2, Malova 2. Rest to 16. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. It is 3-all, not 2-2. By the way, the umpire of the day is a lady that is called Julie. She has been a member of the competitions committee of the Pool Association of Uganda. A big break it is, this one. By the way, it is the second money match that Maluva is having on Ugandan soil this week. He did take on Habib Sebuguzi, Uganda's international captain, and beat him in a race to 16. It ended 16-14 at the home ground of Habib Sebuguzi, where he trains on a daily. That was a statement of intent from Maluva that he is in the country of Uganda to mean nothing but business. And both of these two guys are my friends. SEIF has been teaching me some cool Swahili today and yesterday. Maluva did tell me before the start of this match that Peter, you are going to see Paul. And I am seeing Paul so far. He's living to the expectation, but SEIF doesn't want to have any of that. By the way, he is a very, very brave player. He knows that he can take on any player in the business on the African soil. Yesterday, he had lined up to take on Jerry. It's just that that ladies' comp that was at the venue at the same time did take a lot of time, and I do agree with him that past midnight, past 1 p.m., it became meaningless to have a money match start. Who would watch live anyway? I know that some of you will be watching, but of course, majority will be sleeping. The guy that is not sleeping is MALVERN MUKONZA, the Luva Motors, all the way from Harare, after going 2 games down, equalizing to make it 2-2, and then winning a third, and then having SEIF equalize to make it 3-3. MALVERN regains his lead. It is 4-3. And thank you for watching on both platforms, Break and Finish Live, Facebook and YouTube respectively. The videos look very clear from where I'm watching. At the start, the network was quite disturbing. It has been a toll on me. Having data on the router, having data on the SIM cards, some of it has come to waste until MTN saved me. And I'm not campaigning for them, but yes, their network has made my day today. SEIF to break. Big concentration on the break. He's seemingly aiming at the second ball, not the top ball. Not how he breaks. He hits the second ball. The split of the balls is not good enough, and no ball is potted. It is not a break good enough. This is likely to be a longer frame than some of them that we have been having in this match so far. By the way, there was a ladies' money match that happened to curtain raise for this ongoing match, which has been so awaited by you guys so far, and I'm really happy for how much love you guys have for African pool, for these players. It is because of the fact that you love them that these events happen anyway, and we need to have a soft spot for thinkers like the Advanced Talent Agency, who came up with a plan to allow your love for these players, to allow your viewership to turn financial, especially when it is these players who benefit. In my opinion, there is no harm in that, most especially if there are other comps that you always watch for a free, and most especially if the comps that are streamed on the ATA platform, you would not have them anyway if the ATA was not involved, because they organize them, they facilitate the players, they sponsor them. These players are being fed, accommodated, and transported by the Advanced Talent Agency. Now this is Maluva. Moved the white ball off 2 cushions, but it did not travel well enough, maybe distant enough according to his body language. Not so happy with himself about that shot. A very confident young man. He says he intended to come first, such that he can feel at home by the time he starts playing matches. So far, yes, the most active of all the players that are involved in this competition, because this is his second money match, and yet he has already participated in 1 monthly comp where he was beaten in the second round by Ibrahim Sejemba. A short race it was, and it ended 4-1. I'm looking forward to that money match between the two. That drift of the white ball is intentional to get that left center pocket. In a little bit of follow motion, white ball following the yellow, bouncing off the cushion and yet it is a miss. A very painful miss, and a miss that will definitely get punished by SEIF HAMAD. Tanzania's finest currently. I know the likes of Abdallah Hussein will have something to say about that. The likes of Innocent Sami, the likes of Norbert Kobelo. A guy that loves his country, loves his president. I'm not trying to be political, but every time he has gotten to the mic, he has been saying Tanzania hoye and Mama Samia hoye. Of course, referring to the Tanzanian president, Samia Suluhu. And yes, for most of the events of the Advanced Talent Agency, there is this ring that has been invested in the same ring that is used in the World Heibo Championships in China. Not so common having it in Africa, but yes, the Advanced Talent Agency has made this possible. It was supposed to be a very nice recovery. It will be painful for Malva that after enduring to have all that big cut of the ball in a shot in which he had good measurement of the balance of the white ball, and that it bounced off the cushion only to be intercepted by Saif's red, and Maluva is snookered, and dangerously snookered. And yet his aim is to play off the cushion to try and put that yellow ball to the center pocket where it is on the right. It is absolutely difficult even to find the yellow, which he does, and at least avoids fouling. But he knows that his chance to win this frame is long gone. Sometimes you get the white ball not good enough, but good enough. You finally get a second chance. That is what SEIF is being treated to. He will have to treat us to a pot of the black ball diagonal, the corner pocket, top left of your screen. There he goes, and there he misses. Maluva doesn't believe his luck. The guy that knew that he was going to have the scores at equal length at the end of this frame is finding himself now having to go 5-3 up. And SEIF has to be very careful because this young man from Harare has what it takes to win 1, 2, 3 games in a row. He doesn't have to let Maluva's lead grow bigger and bigger because it will be leaving dangerously. At the venue we are being treated to, it's not exactly in their camera view, but the screen functions that you saw in Ultimate Pool. And yes, tomorrow's umpiring game officiation will not just have a physical umpire, but also a digital umpire, as it is done in Ultimate Pool. The digital umpire does time each and every shot to help the physical umpire to make the calls. Our umpire is Julie Namhanga, a pool player by herself, by the way, did win the Ladies Pool League of the Pool Association of Ghana in 2023 with the Mukono Pool Club. A very regular player, by the way, a very active player, and a good one. The tournament that was won by SEIF in Kitale, in Eastern Kenya. Sorry, it was Western Kenya, where SEIF did beat Ian in the final. Julie came third in the ladies category of the same competition. And for Maluva's advent in Kenya, I want to say that the one time that he has been there, it was a very promising one because he came fourth in the tournament that was the biggest in terms of cash prizes to players on the African continent last year, the Grand Muchana Open Championship tournament that was won by Ibrahim Sejemba, who, by the way, did beat SEIF in the final. In the semi-final, Ibra did beat Maluva. And Ibra is watching both of these guys right now because very soon they could become his opponent, most especially in the 8-man comp. But you do remember that Ibra did release a poster earlier this year inviting each and every player who knows how to hold a cue stick on the African continent. He wants them in money matches. And yes, God has answered Ibra. 4 of them are in his homeland. Now this is SEIF going for clearance. His shooting is slightly lacking in this match. Maluva many times feeds off chances like this one. With this Reds game, his only problem, Red Ball, is that one that is almost touching that yellow ball around the midpoint of the table. He will be shooting to get white ball for that one. That is white. And I think it is good white, especially if there is space to pass that red ball to the center pocket on the left. He does make an observation. He thinks there is space. He goes for the one and only bad red ball on the table, simply rolling it to the center pocket. And I think he will be fancying his chances to make this, to go 3 games up, to have, and for SEIF to have 3. He's having the advantage of coming earlier, having more practice on the table itself, having more time in the country. Of course, he has a few friends around, having been here before, and also some Ugandans have been to Zimbabwe more regular than they've been to Tanzania. And in fact, for pool, the last time that Ugandans ventured into Tanzania, there was those money matches between Caesar and Tanzania. also the All Africa Pole Championships in 2014, as far as 10 years ago. Before SEIF was a renowned player. For now, it is 6 for Malova. It is 3 for SEIF. And right now, it is a sense of anticipation in Harare. It is a sense of disbelief in Dar es Salaam. It is a feeling of absurdity in Dodoma, but a feeling of promise in Bulawayo. It is a worrying moment in Bukoba, and a beautiful moment in Kwekwe, as once SEIF HAMAD puts the white ball on the break in the 10th frame of the match. And according to how Malva has been shooting so far, this one could be a game given away to him again as a gift. It's not so easy choosing a color of balls here. Both colors are relatively good, but also relatively bad. Remember, in black ball rules, the first shot is a free shot, and on an open table, it doesn't determine the player's color of balls, but it can show the direction of where he wants to take this game. And that free shot, while Malvo hasn't potted, he has opened up the black, meaning that he wants to go for this game once and for all. He leaves white ball only for one ball, that yellow ball on the top right of your screen, which he'll be potting, and in the same shot, getting a relatively good white. But where is the white going? That was close. And that was close. He makes a worrying laugh on his face, but nonetheless, he survives to live another day. That is what they call a recovery. When you get yourself into trouble as a player and you yourself get out of that trouble. And remember that after the 10 games, if the players ask their timeout, then the live stream will be on for you to witness the draws of tomorrow's 8-man comp. So confident, gliding with class, shooting with expertise, and winning like a formality. About to take a 4-game lead, a lead that he has demonstrated before that he can be able to cope with for as long as it is not a very long race. 16 is a medium race, a race that he has shown that he can handle. And so far, after going 2 games down, he has been by far the better player in the next 8 games. As we head into the first break of the match, it is MALVERN MUKONZA 7 and SEIF HAMAD 3. We are going to have the draws for the 8-man comp, so the camera will be on for things just to be done in broad daylight. We are not going to have it digital, it's going to be manual, just for the sake of transparency. Simon Computer, Joseph Kasozi, Marupa, UBJ 187. From is the volume of UBJ 187, the UBL 117. Julie, draws. The players will be picking the draws for themselves. Just 8. And if a player is not around, maybe a representative. A representative from his management team. We are doing digital draws just for the sake of transparency. The draw is open, any player can face any other player. So where are we starting? Okay, we are starting from the home base players. Calling for Ibra or a representative of his team. Ibra. Ronda Kaluko. There comes the killer. Number 3 has no opponent yet. Okay, calling for Hazard or a representative of his team. Hazard is not around. Someone from Roxbury. Muhammad Alad. Picking for Hazard. That's a draw. Number 8. Hazard, number 8. And then calling for Caesar or a representative of his team. Caesar is still flying. We will be here at 4 a.m. tonight. Moses Omara, guy who likes to hold the queue like Caesar but doesn't hold as well. Number 4, confirmed the first round, Caesar versus Ibra. Okay, according to geographical location, the closest player from Eldoret, Cornelius Kigen, come and pick a draw. Or a representative. It's coming. He has been third and twice in 2 tournaments where he had all of the Ugandan players at stake. Okay, let's call him. Pick first, that is Colin Twain, Kenya's seed number 1. Only from Nairobi, number 5. Number 5, no opponent yet. And that's right, CT. Yeah. And then CK. That is Kigen Cornelius. Eldoret's finest. Number 7 confirmed, Kigen versus Hazard. Kigen or Cornelius. Next, from Tanzania, SEIF HAMAD. He beat 4 Ugandans to win the Tawi Open Championship this April. Number 2. Maluva doesn't have an opponent. Jerry doesn't have an opponent. Those two will be picking either SEIF or CT. Calling for Maluva.
Number what?
Number 1. Jerry versus SEIF again tomorrow. That's funny. Okay, just for formality. Jerry, please come and pick City as your opponent. There we go. That is Jerry for you. Very lovable guy. Speaking to number 6, and his opponent is Colin Wayne. Those are, you can show us the chart and we have a recap of the draws. Maluva versus SEIF, Ibra versus Caesar, City versus Jerry, and Keegan versus Hazard. That is starting tomorrow, 5 p.m. here. Entry is 10K ordinary, 20 VIP, online $1.5 on the 8 platform. Rest to 13. Meanwhile, UBM 401B. Card number UBM 401B. You are blocking some. Time in. Time in, Malupa. Time in. SEIF kuja upige mtu. So the draws have been done live on camera in the 8-man comp. It is going to be in the first round Maluva versus SEIF, Ibra versus Caesar, Colin Toy versus Ganda Ganda, and Cornelius Keegan versus Hazard. So tomorrow 2 matches, and then Tuesday 2 matches, on Wednesday money matches like this one, on Thursday semi-finals 2 matches, Friday money matches like this one, Saturday 3rd place match, and final. That is the order of play. And it seems that maybe in the break, maybe Saif did have a word on phone with his manager in Dar es Salaam. Maybe the instructions were to change the game plan, maybe to play a little bit more technical and tactical, a little bit more cautious, a little bit less risky. Maybe he has realized that this young man, taking him taking him on at the offensive game, you may be asking for a little bit too much. And yes, these two players are going to face off again tomorrow. So whoever wins will have a chance to extend his lead. Whoever loses will have a chance to pay revenge tomorrow, again in the 8-man comp. It is easy to try and see what this young man is trying to do. After potting that yellow off the red, he gets himself a white ball for the yellow to the center pocket with somewhat a cut on it, that when he puts it with top spin, a white ball will move towards the corner pocket on the bottom right of your screen to try and open up that pocket. Doesn't even need that. As I anticipated, he realizes, and even rightly so, that he could instead occupy that same corner pocket with his own yellow ball to make Saif's red balls right behind dead balls. And the bravery of Maluva is that he will remain in Uganda even after the 8-man comp. He wants to remain for another week. He wants to clean the country. They're calling it cleaning the country in our social platforms of WhatsApp. Very funny word. I remember 2 players that have cleaned Uganda, maybe 3, all of them from South Africa. I think it must have been around 2013 when Sbugu did make a tour of Uganda and played about 80 money matches and won 7 of them. By then he was arguably the best player from South Africa. In 2015, then African champion Ishmael Mtetwa did make a tour of Uganda, playing about 8 money matches and losing only 2. Yes. Then in March last year, the best of the South Africans at the time, that is Aiden Joseph, did make a tour of Uganda and won all of the money matches. He only lost 1 match, which wasn't a money match, but the only comp in which he participated in his stay in Uganda. He lost out in the final to guess who? Habib Sebuguzi. And of course, earlier this year, we saw Jeremiah Naido making a tour of Uganda, having mixed performances, winning some, losing some. I've just been given the order of play. The matches tomorrow at 5 p.m. East African time, which shall be 4 p.m. Southern African time, will be Hazard versus Cornelius Kigen at 4 p.m. And later in the day, immediately after that match, it will be Maluva versus SEIF. I can't believe that I'm reading what exactly you are watching. Those matches will be live only and only on the ATA platform. And yes, on Tuesday at 5 p.m., the first match shall be Jerry versus Colin Toei. And then in the evening, Ibra versus Caesar. All the action again live on the ATA platform. And yes, draws have been made freely and fairly and transparently, each player picking their own draws. The reason for the manual drawing was to ensure maximum transparency. At 4 p.m. tomorrow, 4 p.m., Cornelius Kigen versus Hazard Rukoma, race to 13, 8-man combo. After that match, we shall have, guess what? Maluva versus SEIF, race to 13. Entry, 10K, online, $1.5 on the ATM platform, www.atasportslive.com. www.atasportslive.com. Then Tuesday, 4 p.m., Jerry versus City, and 8 p.m., Caesar versus Ibra. Race to 13, single life. On Wednesday, money matches. And after that free shot, in which SEIF simply ensured that his one and only bad ball that was locked up, entangled between Maluva's yellow, is finally free. He'll be having nothing on his mind but to make a clearance of his red game, surely making it 7, making it 4 for himself compared to the 7 of Maluva here. He's not short on skill. He's very lovable to watch when he's running because he plays with too much swag and likes to encourage the fans to keep on supporting and keep on celebrating with him every time that he wins. He had a very big contingent of fans as he was winning the Tawi Open in Kitale earlier last year, tournament in which he beat 3 Ugandans in the last 3 rounds. For now, he is potting black for the first time in the match to pull one back. It is 4 for SEIF and 7 for Maluva. Once again, it is a race to 16. And I want to shout out to you, Samson Kiboga, media man from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. Thank you for promoting the sport. Thank you for promoting these guys. Thank you for showing us live as it happens in Tanzania on your page, Sam's Pool TZ. And also, on behalf of Zimbabwe, thank you for watching. Thank you for the work you're doing. My good friend, Francis Mukwekwe, a lot younger than myself, but he offers me a lot of advice many a times, especially in this thing that we are doing jointly together, I will say, streaming games every time we get chance, involving players because they do need publicity. It is because of publicity that we are having these matches. It is because of publicity that this comp is being opened. It is because of publicity that these players now have a chance to benefit financially from their talents. They are not paying any registration fees. They have been flights to participate. They are being accommodated decently and fed quite well, meals of their choice, being made comfortable, enjoying their talent, and having a chance to win the $2,000 that will be the prize money for the winner come Saturday. There's also $1,000 for whoever will come second, and as well $500 for the player that will come third. All that courtesy of the Advanced Talent Agency. So, in my opinion, when these events come your way, it is only fair that you pay the $1.5 for the day to watch these games. And for me, I can advise you open. If it is too much, you can be two guys and then you one person pays and then you watch on the same phone. But again, you're supporting also those who have who can afford, like Rachel Mbewe. You can pay weekly subscription because $6 per week, for instance, for the whole of this week are games. Now it is cheaper for you to pay the $6 for the subscription for the week than pay around $10, if not $11, if you are paying daily. It becomes even cheaper when you pay the $16 to subscribe monthly than pay about actually over $40 if you are paying daily, if every day of the week there was action for the month. And for streamers like myself, like Francis and others, we shall continue bringing you these free streams. But it is because of these free streams that some of these players get a chance to have their value being monetized. That is why the Advanced Talent Agency is here. It is not trying to milk money out of these players. It is trying to develop these players by allowing them a chance to benefit from their talent. And you are listening to one person who spends most of his time with pool players than my own family members. I know what these guys go through to be able to entertain us as much as they do. When they get such opportunities, it is only fair to watch them play. But what an opportunity we are seeing over a shot from SEIF Muhammad. Maybe he's trying to become a beast at the time when he needs a comeback. That one was a joy over a clearance, and it will be making Tanzania happy because it's now 5 for SEIF and 7 for MALVERN. That is what they call English language being spoken by the white ball, by the player that always entertains, that is becoming a menace to his opponent, that is having this much to grab by the horns, that has lost the last two games but has found a way to try and regain the 3-game lead. MALVERN MUKONZA trying to make his country happy. His management team, Nevs and Select Aggregates, his capital city, Harare. Millions of Zimbabweans happy, many of whom are counting on this guy. He is one of the most popular players on the African continent, and I am very sure of what I'm talking about, especially the figures that always flood his streams when his games are live. And yes, the Break and Finish live streaming platform, as well as the Break and Finish live YouTube channel, are being flooded with Shona language. And rightly so, guys, enjoy yourselves. I know just a few words, one or two in Shona and one or two in Debele, when I did get a chance to have the whole of 2 weeks in the Republic of Zimbabwe, managing to visit the Victoria Falls, and the spectacle of what I watched, I have to confess, is one of the best moments of my life. Visiting the Vic Falls between Zambia and Zimbabwe. One thing I realized that you people of Zimbabwe you're cheats, because the falls are largely in Zambia, but viewing them is best in Zimbabwe, so it's you who get the money. Just do a revenue share with the Zambians. It is only fair. It is their falls, but it is your money. Been to Tanzania once in 2014. I went to watch the All Africa Pool Championships. I traveled with the Uganda national team. The championships were won by South Africa in both men's and ladies category. It was the first time I got to see Aiden Joseph. By then, he was reigning under-19 champion of South Africa. He came second in the men's category at the age of 18. He was defeated by fellow South African Ishmael Mtetwa. That was the start of the story of myself following African pool proudly and fondly. By then, I'm not so sure that SEIF was even among the fans. But right now, he is the pride of Tanzania. Very well celebrated he became when he did win the Tawi Open Pool Championship. One of the brightest moments of his career so far. But again, remember that he was the losing finalist in the Grand Mchana Open, the tournament that was won by Sejemba Ibrahim. While the tournament had the likes of Abdallah, Hussein, Aiden Joseph, a few South Africans, including the then world black ball champion Nzwana Kwabe, yes, from South Africa. Also Pilani Nkosi Mazambani was in participation. About 15 players from Uganda, other players from South Sudan, dozens from Kenya, and its SEIF was second. So guys, we can have a discussion in the comment section as to which issues you may be facing trying to watch games on the ATA platform, the ATA website. Let's have some discussion in the comment section, because these matches from tomorrow you will not be able to watch them on this platform. They will be on the ATA platform. So we can have just a discussion. Maybe someone from the Advanced Talent Agency can come and read your comments, because many of them are here at the venue, and then they can respond to you. And where possible, if I have the answer, I too can respond to you, as much as SEIF is trying to respond to Malova. Once again, SEIF is not fortunate enough. I wouldn't say that it was the right decision going for bank shot, because the center pocket in a direct shot, that one on the left, was there for his taking. It was ready to swallow that black ball, and yet he didn't take it. Yes, when Gonzaga Hill was saying that the network is always breaking on and off. On that one, I advise you, first of all, to be in a place where there is strong network. 2, you can lower the video resolution, because when you use the high resolution, it needs strong network and also consumes a lot of your data. You can also invest in a router. Actually, if you're a person who uses a lot of internet, you are better off using a router than purchasing daily data bundles or weekly or something. Nsamaza Joseph Manzi, you're asking how can you be connected to tomorrow's games? Please subscribe to the ATA platform. It is www.atasportslive.com. Once again, www.atasportslive.com. And then you register and log in. You'll be required to fill some details about yourself, your name, your country of location. You'll need to have a password of your choice, 6 digits, which can be, for instance, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or any password of your choice. And then most importantly, your email. And then you select to pay. When you select to pay, it will be directing you either to your bank card, your financial card, or your mobile money service, M-Pesa or something. But for those who are not in Uganda, you are better off with your smart card as a way to make payment, or else, even better, even easier, for the agents that we have in your respective countries, you call them. The numbers we have provided them on our WhatsApp platforms, our Facebook pages. This Facebook page, I'm going to post that document again, having the names and contacts of the agents in your respective countries. You call them and send them $1.5 US, as well as your email account, which they will send to the technical team of the Advanced Talent Agency for activation for 24 hours. But I do advise you to rather pay for a week or a month, because it is cheaper there. The ADA is planning to give you lots of action, and not just here in Uganda today. It's just that it's a Ugandan company, but it's going to be dealing in matches like this, not just pool, but for you as pool lovers, even outside of Uganda. Chris Chola, I think I've also answered how you can pay. Shanko, you are asking me not to talk about falls. The Vic Falls are very beautiful, but I saw them like 90% or 80% of them are in Zambia, and yet it is you people of Zimbabwe that are benefiting financially. So I just advise you to share the revenue with the people of Zambia. I think that's fair. Kelvin Money, you said you have subscribed before and you somehow were not able to watch the action. The reasons could be failing to pay or failing to get a confirmation message after paying. When you make a payment, you don't log out immediately. Make a payment, wait for 5, 10, 15 seconds, then you get a confirmation message, and then watch if there is action live. you are that good. Better still, you can contact the agent of your country and you send him your money, and then he forwards your email address for activation. As much as Malva is forwarding himself into double digits for the first time in this match, because just as he has cut the last yellow, white ball opening up the black, what would have been a joyous moment has ended in the miss of a black. And the way SEIF jumped off his table like a lion trying to steal the prey. That was the kill over another animal, showing signs that he himself has got it in himself safe to make a clearance, whether it needs skill or potting or opening up the white ball, the dead balls. He can be equally good. Of the two players, it is SEIF that has had more unforced errors. Sometimes missing balls when not expected, sometimes giving away chances that shouldn't be given away for players of this level. He is making a mark for himself of late SEIF. He has one relatively bad red ball, and I'm saying relatively, the one near the cushion on the top of your screen will make top spin white ball, following the red ball, bouncing off the cushion and then moving towards the left, towards the ball. Just like that, his only worry is whether he will get himself white ball. After rolling that red ball, he is playing to the corner pocket. White ball bouncing off the cushion. There is chance he could get snookered behind the black, because he has to put the red to the center pocket. He uses as efficient energy as the word efficient himself. He gets a round of applause from the few of the fans, most especially the Kenyans, and he knows that rather than Malva making it 10, it is SEIF who is making it 6. That one will be one of the simplest spots of the black he will have gotten in this match, and yet in his stay of Uganda. SEIF HAMAD 6, MALVERN MUKONZA 9. Race to 16.
When you sit in that chair, you don't see what the people. When you sit in this chair,
sometimes you can be beautiful but unlucky. If there is any such a thing in pool, then a shot like that one is exactly that. How do you even stroke as good as that? Draw the white ball in perfect direction backwards. Have your opponent's ball as support. in the movement of the white ball. And instead of the white ball remaining in space to put your would-be bad ball, you only get to put the white ball, which is the wrong ball, on the table. You get to give a chance to your opponent to pick it 10. An opponent as deadly as this young man. Thank you for watching. Dalisol Kamanga from Malawi. You think that Malawi will win this match? That's easy to predict because he's leading. And yes, there is chance that we may have in the next edition of this event Stanford Griven Jinte. He belongs to this stage. Very talented young man from Malawi. Christopher Filman, thank you for watching. You're supporting Maluva. Bashir Jagwe, you are viewing. You're saying the viewing platform of the ATA is small. Hey, you're saying this one is small even if I choose a full screen. Let me try, because I'm also watching, by the way, from a phone. No, it is big enough. It is big enough. No need making extra zoom. But thank you for the feedback. Anyway. Tana Kajina, thank you for watching. You're saying the network is very good. It did not start off good. And by the way, some of you are watching on Facebook, some of you on YouTube. You need to. Some of you don't know that this game is on 2 platforms. It's live on Break and Finish Facebook and YouTube respectively. Big Facebook following in Zimbabwe that has flocked this game, watching their guy, entertaining them to the fullest and increasing his lead. The guy from Harare is having 10. The guy from Dar es Salaam is on 6. Rest to 16. Maluva has started seeing the end of the tunnel because he needs now 6, while SEIF needs 10 out of the remaining 15 games if we are to play a full match. Thank you for watching Cube and Nesu. Are you asking the worth of $700 in Zimbabwean Zim money? I don't want to talk about Zimbabwe money. I'm in Uganda where the currency is quite weak, but Zimbabwean money is something else. Calvin Kanyata, thank you for watching. You're asking if this is the second race between SEIF and Maluva. No, it's not a second race, it is the first race, but they have been drawn to play against each other in tomorrow's 8-man cup that will be starting at 4 p.m. Southern African time. Msubuga Moji be asking what those in Arab countries can do. Yes, you can call an agent who is closest to you, but you can also pay online using your smart card. Money will be deducted simply off your account. You can choose a daily subscription of $1.5. But again, to pay $1.5 daily for 7 days, you will have spent more than someone who will have paid their $6 to pay for the week. So it is something that I would encourage you to do. Tana Kajina thinks Maluva will win. My good friend Edwin Kayemba. Edwin Kayemba, you are speaking like a big boy. You want to subscribe annually? Actually, let me take off a moment and ask about that. Kevin, and your subscription goes for $95 to watch all the action for the year. If you have that money, send it to an agent of your choice, you know him, and in the following few minutes your account will be activated for the whole year to watch on the platform at the time of your pleasing. Kafas Fredol, you are laughing at your colleagues who say they are not having very good images because you have a very good Samsung phone, which I have. But you have to be humble. But thank you for watching anyway. I'm just kidding. Kulabako David is asking if you have to pay when the game has started. Actually, anytime that you pay, if you pay for daily subscription, your account is valid for viewing for 24 hours. Daily subscription, for instance, if you pay it now at 10 p.m., it will expire at 10 p.m. tomorrow. So for those of you who want to pay for daily subscription for tomorrow's games, you can hold on, don't pay now, maybe pay in the morning, such that you are sure any stuff that can come up tomorrow, you will be having all the time to watch it. Then, you know, these guys, they are quite stubborn. Someone can get beaten in the tournament and then invites the guy who has beaten him for a money match thereafter. SEIF has had, I think, one money match against the Ugandan. He did play with Dog City. There were 2 money matches and each one of them won one in Kenya earlier this year during the Tawi Open Championship. It's the only money match I do remember involving him and the Ugandan birthday. He is the guy that, by the way, did beat Caesar in the Grand Mchana Open Championship last year. And then, of course, played up to the final, losing out to the eventual winner in Ibrahim Sejemba. Thank you for watching, John Chewe. You are saying the stream is crystal clear and you are watching at night in Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you for watching, and all of you who normally watch these streams from Zambia. Lusaka is a pool crazy place. I've gotten a chance to play, I'm not a player, to stream some games at Flintstones and then at billiards. Yeah, it's only those 2 places. There is a chance that I could go to billiards in the next. Today is 3rd November. In the next 17 days to stream the Billiards Cafe double elimination competition and do some commentary as I am doing right now. And if it does happen, then it's something I would really look forward to. When you have those 2 passions together, passion for streaming, then a passion for travel, when you do it, it is just coming naturally as fun because you're doing just what you like. I'm not so sure the white that Malva likes is the one that he has gotten for himself. Seguya Baker from Lusaka Matero, welcome to the stream. Well done, Chimambo from Mpumalanga, Sekonda district, should be. Douglas Tagwena from Zimbabwe. Lingiwe Limbani, also from Zimbabwe. Saunyama Filson. Thank you for watching. Muhammad Damar. Ngobani Love watching from Botswana. Mahamud Chugume Amos, you are watching from Kampala, so close to me. You can even come and watch the rest of the match with your naked eyes instead of watching on the phone. Batana and Sim, you are from Zimbabwe, and I'm greeting you, and I'm sending out greetings to all the people who are watching from Harare. So Solel Gonboderi, you are always watching, and you are in South Africa. South Africa, you're most likely supporting Malova because he's closer to you. SEIF needs to be on target and then find himself white ball for either of the would-be remaining 2 yellows. The pot is on. The white ball not so much, but I think he will be okay. Or will I say we'll have to be careful. can go for the one to the center pocket, the one more distant in position in accordance to the position of the white ball. Seems to be going for power, bouncing it off the cushion, is going for a direct shot. I am surprised and in a good way. Sometimes he gets everybody by surprise. He is full of elaborativeness. He also has class in him. He has the demeanor. He knows how to humble himself. He knows how to play under pressure. He has come within 3 games now. It is Maluva 10 and SEIF 7.
We recognize the presence of Semoguzi Habib, national team captain, in the building. Reminder, tomorrow's games, first game, HAMAD against CK at 4 p.m. SEIF against Marova at 8 p.m. Entrance fee 10,000 ordinary, 20,000 VIP. On Tuesday, Ganda, the Green Machine, against City at 4 p.m. Final game of the day on Tuesday, Caesar against Ibra. Rest to 13. On Wednesday, Monday matches. We are yet to confirm the players.
MC wants to confirm the pairs. What I can confirm is that computer, Musilamu, Habibu, Sozi, number 1 still here. The game is becoming closer and tighter and more unpredictable, because after Maluva leading with 4 games, SEIF now has come within 2. It is 10-8. There are 2 more games to play before we have our second time break, which will be the last of the match, because after then we shall be having the race being played to its full completion. I imagine that in the next 1 hour, this race shall have a winner. A very crucial frame, this one. So critical that Malova has not potted any ball on the break. Most especially after playing out the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, Malova was on fire. SEIF was playing as though he didn't have any solutions to Malova's attacking prowess. And yet right now SEIF has calmed himself and composed himself. He is now as cool as a cucumber when he's playing. If he can make a clearance of this red game, which he'll be definitely going for, then he will be within one of Malova, meaning that frame number 20 will decide whether they go for the last time break with either SEIF drawing or Malova regaining a 2-game lead. But for now, he is a guy rich in confidence. His aim in that shot was to use the white ball bounce off 2 cushions, open up that red ball where it is resting, and yet the shot was not effective enough. He moved it a little too more, just a little too much. And to the effect that the game is now starting to look tight again. I'm not so sure that he can think about making a clearance again. And indeed he's going for a safety shot and an effective safety shot. Malova is only in sight of one of his yellows, the one near the cushion on the left of your screen. And please don't forget to like the video, most especially those who are watching on YouTube. And those of you watching on YouTube, there is no harm you will have made if you share the video, especially to your Facebook friends. Should you be that guy that has so many friends on Facebook who love pool as much as you love it yourself? If not, then you can share it to your groups to keep the gospel of our sport alive on and on and on. Malova will be praying that this match doesn't start to drift away from him. Even the shot he has just played was an intended snooker, which did not really come to pass. I just realized this morning that he's a prayerful guy. I found him on his phone following the church service in Harare on YouTube. He was not watching pool. Good to see the other side of these players, especially when it is the good side. Also SEIF, staunch guy with his Iman, a very cool-headed guy. 2 days I've been close to him. He's a very lovable character, not just as a player but also as an individual in real life. He's teaching me some Swahili. But again, he fouls. A foul that could be a little bit worrying to those who are watching in Tanzania, in Bukoba, in Mwanza, in Kigoma, in Tabora, in Dodoma, in Mbeya, in Dar es Salaam, in Tanga, and everywhere in between. And yet it is now the opposite feeling for those of you who are watching in Chinoi, in Kadoma, in Kwekwe, in Geru, in Mashingo, in Bulawayo, in Harare, and all the cities that make up Zimbabwe. That the proud boy from the southern African nation is about to regain his 2-game cushion in order for himself not to have his first half lead end up into nothing should he lose this frame, and allow SEIF to go into the break almost having equalized. Malova right now in attack, having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellows on the table, all of them positioned so well. All he needs to do is calm himself down, play under no influence of pressure. This is a game he can win anytime, any day of the week, and twice on Sunday. his undoing for the time I've seen him play races is his longevity in long races. Sometimes he tires out a little bit too fast. Otherwise, in race to 13, 14, 15, I believe that on the African continent, any player can fall down to him. Thank you for watching. Richard Mapeto from Marondera, Zimbabwe. Chilevo Adam, thank you for watching. Renza Sianyati, also from Marondera. Said Muhammad, you are from Mbeya in Tanzania. Well, Cliff Matenga, also from Mbeya. I think some groups of Mbeya on social network have shared this stream. Ishmael Banda, thank you for watching. Admire Makwasha. You say I know Zim very well. I've been to Zim, eh? Yes, I've been to Zim. I've some Zim friends. I've eaten lots of sadza. 2 full weeks in Zimbabwe around December last year. There is a chance, maybe for next year, if all goes well for the Queen's International Double Elimination Competition. It's happening in April next year. Matthew Machapijani, thank you for watching. You are in South Africa and yet you are Zimbabwean, definitely supporting Maluva, who has lost a little bit of his touch in the last 20 minutes of this match, losing some touch that could allow SEIF back in contention for the victory, for the money. And if SEIF finds a way of winning this match, it will be so painful for Maluva.
Boy, this song is good, right? Diamond song.
Drive with me, Tabo. You want a match between Uganda and Dog City? There was already a money match between the two, by the way. When Ganda did visit Uganda, it was a race to 15 and he won, I think, 15-11 if I'm not mistaken. And what a shot from SEIF. Its only problem is that the positioning of the white ball in comparison to the red ball is not so much to his liking. But the way he opened up the black was nothing short of exceptional. He's seemingly going for a bank shot, trying to pot that red ball off the cushion to the corner pocket on the top left of your screen, drawing the white ball backwards to have it around the midpoint of the table to get a good one for the black should he be on target. It is the shot he may be going for, maybe a sharp cut to the top right corner pocket or the double to the top left corner pocket. He goes for the double and gets it all wrong. Advantage Maluva. Sometimes these games have turning points. If Maluva is to regain his confidence, maybe that moment was a turning point. And the fans at the venue in their discussion are blaming SEIF for his decision making. They wanted him to go direct. Of course, doubling is always risky. Maluva will have the confidence to begin with the pocket ball. And I think he was right to be confident. Maybe confident, maybe arrogant. Nonetheless, he gets to be paid. He extends his lead. He sinks the black. He's the first to 11 in a race to 16. This next game is the last of this session. Yes, like I normally say, for me, I divide the money matches into sessions. Now, a race to 16, I divide it into 3 sessions, all of 10 games. The first, the second, and the third. The first was won by Maluva quite convincingly, 7-3. The second, SEIF is making baby steps to come back in this game. Then the third will be quite determinant, most especially if SEIF wins this match. It is very important that he goes into the break with psychological boost on him. There he puts a yellow on the break and has a relatively good split of the balls, most especially the yellows. His problem is I'm not so sure he has one yellow ball which he can pot surely. Thank you, Takonda Sasola. Appreciating the commentary. Charles Philly, your team Maluva watching on YouTube. David Masiko, salutations to you too. Agus Lee, you're watching from Harare in Zimbabwe. Dean Rigas, you're asking if Caesar has landed. No. He's just about to start his flight. Maybe actually he's already in space. Probably in Turkish airspace. And will be landing at the Entebbe International Airport at 4 a.m. in the morning, around exactly 5 hours from now. Calvin Kanyata, thank you for watching. I don't know exactly which question you were asking. Calvin, please ask your question again. This frame is the last. It is a critical one for Maluva. If he wins it and gets it to a difference of 4 games, you think that SEIF will be looking for a little too much. But should SEIF win this one and goes into the last break with 2 games as a difference, it can still be anybody's game. So confident in his attacking play. He has now that problem of a yellow ball that is so close to the black for Maluva's liking, especially near the nearest to your screen on the right. He will have to use one of the 3 free balls, the yellows, to play it and open up the yellow ball that is so near the black. Maybe here, but very difficult. Wow, intention is noted. Rolls the white ball around the second yellow so beautifully. That is a very neat shot, by the way. It may look so easy on the eye, but believe you me, it takes years of training and being talented to try and perfect a move like that one. Now his problem remains the problem. How to pot, but also how to open up the ball, the yellow ball that is touching the black. It is the move he's doing. Remember, natural movement of the white ball could have the red closer to your screen, intercept it. He avoids the red and plays the white ball around the yellow. I don't know if there is passage of that yellow ball to the corner pocket on the bottom left, but the shot seems so beautiful. And Maluva seems so confident and so determined to take SEIF down. He promised those of us who were at the venue before the match started that you are going to see Paul. And in some of the moves he has been doing, indeed we are seeing Paul, but we are seeing a miss. A miss of the black ball. That could be a very risky miss, but a very painful miss. For SEIF, a very lucky miss. Umpire Julie Namahanga has ruled a foul and has rewarded SEIF with the 2 visits. I want to believe that SEIF will be playing his fishes to open up those 4 reds that are so close to each other for his liking. Just like that, simply to open them up where they rest will be so critical. And they are all open. He knows it that this game is his. Maluva knows it that this game is almost as good as gone. For the fans, for the neutrals, they are probably happier than not, because they know that the 3rd session will be now very competitive. For SEIF, a lease of luck. For Zimbabwe, the fear of the unknown. For Tanzania, the start of the promise of victory. For Dar es Salaam, hope in sight. For Harare, a time to worry. For SEIF, continuation of attack. Now with only 2 reds on the table. Almost missed. Almost missed. But almost doesn't count. A simple roll of that red ball to the corner pocket, which he does. White ball bouncing off the cushion into perfect space. And I'm realizing it's seeming that the Ugandans are fancying SEIF the more than Maluva. Because when Maluva pots his balls, when he pots his blacks, the fans are silent. When SEIF wins, there is a round of applause. And after 20 games played, it is 11 for SEIF, 11 for Maluva, and 9 for SEIF. So as we have this 5 minutes ball, 5 minutes timeout, I am inviting a good friend of mine. He's called Paul Opio Okello. He just wants to talk to us about subscription to the ATA platform, especially for the 8-man comp. Take it away, Paul.
Yeah, thank you, Chobe Peter, and thank you for the commentary. This is Paul Opio, the PR ATA. About the platform, as you well know, it's www.atasportslive.com, and the procedure is very simple. We have been able to listen to your views and complaints. We have upgraded the system. So far we know for sure that the subscriptions are being worked on in a timely way, and the small hiccups we have so far are basically concerning the time lag, where the system redirects you to the live stream, and I tried to emphasize it earlier on that after you subscribe, the window takes you first to the green window of PesaPal, after which you have to wait for a time lag of about 10 seconds. 10 seconds, it redirects you automatically. We have seen instances where a number of subscribers, after the green window, they press a back button. They leave that page and go straight to the home page to view the live stream, which has really affected our way of reconciling the payment into the system, and that takes us to do it manually. But thank God we have been able to get more agents across Eastern and Southern Africa who will be helping us in those small challenges. So far we all know that a day of subscription is just $1.5 US, while a week is $6. For a month, it's $14 US. And we have various platforms of payment. For those in Uganda, it's mobile money, MTN and Airtel. We have Visa, while those in Kenya, we have M-Pesa. We have those out of uh, the ones I've mentioned. You majorly use Visa, Easy Money, or basically you reach out to the agent assigned in that country, and you send to them the money and they will activate your account. We are trying as much as possible to reach out to the different countries to see how efficient we can make this system. Back to the game has been so far so good. We see a very tight encounter. Thank you, viewers, and thank you for following up. Taking you back to Peter Chobe. Chobe, back to you.
I took back my watch. Actually on Tuesday. But I have my watch. That was a good Wait.
So as we're back for one last time for this match, you can have some predictions in the comment section, because after SEIF winning that very last frame of the second session, maybe things may be starting to turn on their head. Some predictions. Alostar's predictions. Asad Sulaiman. Ian Chelsea, you think Malova will win? Okay. Wizard Muzazi, you think Malova will win? Bright Monake. Prediction. You don't want to be the player who is trailing the player who is down, and yet right after the timeout you lose that game. The last game just before the timeout and the first game after timeout are very important for psyching up the players. You want to be the winner of the first frame after timeout. You also want to be the winner of the last frame before the timeout. The last frame was won by SEIF. Malva can regain his psychological advantage when he wins this frame, and SEIF will start to think that maybe he is fighting for a little bit too much. Malva sometimes can decide to be so neat in the way he executes and moving the white ball around, playing those little shots that are so technical. Only stuff that top players will do. Goes for the center pocket, white ball moves naturally towards that only remaining red ball. That, according to Maluva's body language, seems there is no clear passage of that ball as we speak. And yet, as he played, he seemed to be thinking that there was enough passage to try and put the red ball to the corner pocket on the top left where he's standing. White ball bouncing off the cushion towards the end where there is the black. His problem is if he can pot. If he can maintain good white ball, as if he's playing drawback, backspin, white ball moving, bouncing off 2 or 3 cushions. 1, 2, 3 cushions. Beautiful. Sometimes the difference between good players and very good players is how to get back to recovery after being in trouble, as Maluva has been. That one is one of the best shots of the match so far. MALVERN MUKONZA 12 and SEIF HAMAD 9. That has been two ladies who are planning to have a money match within themselves, but against themselves tomorrow. These people sometimes so much at war with each other, but don't get surprised if you see Michelle being head started with +3 in a race to 13 against Rita before tomorrow's action. Actually, maybe at 1 p.m. also, if they can be at the venue on time. SEIF HAMAD on the yellows gets to miss, gets to allow Malva a chance to play. Malva is having the whole of 6 reds, most of them positioned so bad for his liking. It is a game that you think that SEIF has in his hands, but he must do it first. Malva being that offensive player that he is, even a game as bad as this one, these guys, they want to find a way to pot. A very unique player from Southern Africa. The way he cues, the way he plays, the way he thinks. His own vision of the game. His mission in the game. He has big dreams. He has a number of managers who are very crucial people in his life, who make some of the big decisions, allowing this young man only to focus on play. And thank you, Jaden and the Nevson Aggregates Company in Harare, for grooming this guy and keeping him so grounded. In my opinion, he is a star of the game, but when you meet him, he is a quite humble lad. Well reasoned, well brought up, well schooled. What is not well is how he has played his white ball, because its movement got intercepted by the black, to the effect that he is now having 3 bad reds. And you can see that red ball, a yellow. That one, he can try his luck putting it by backing it, because he can see it only partially. He's actually trying to play off the cushion. It won't come easy. He gets the red, but is not on target at all. But after another of his reds, resting so close to the black after that shot, you think that SEIF will believe that he has a chance in this frame. Tricky looking situation, even for players this talented. Seems to have a worried face because the white ball moved a little bit too much than he would have fancied. He wants, I think, to play combination shot. Cut that red ball to the corner pocket bottom left. Use that shot to pot both that red and that yellow. Someone who you normally watch wants to say hi to you. Say hi to the viewers. Who are you? And say hi to them.
Hello everyone, thanks for watching. Rita is my name. CD number 4 of Uganda. I'm here watching this game. The best player win.
Who do you think will win?
According to what I'm seeing the results, Maruva has a chance to win, but my best win.
Okay. Someone said she wants to play match with you. Give her 3 games. Michelle, will you give her 3 games? Rest 13 tomorrow.
Why not? I'm available anytime she feels like she wants.
Okay, I'm going to cut out this and I send to her.
Sir.
That is Uganda's former national champion, Rita. That lady that you always like to follow when her games are coming live. Legendary player, not just in the country here, but also continentally. SEIF HAMAD. Of course, in driving seat. He just plays the white ball towards the top end of the table. His only intention is to force Maluva to open up the game. Open up the black, open up SEIF's yellows. I'm not so sure that was a very good shot. But at least Maluva has gotten to free one of his red balls. SEIF probably going for snooker here if he can. Again, seemingly trying to change his mind here. But this yellow ball he's looking at is one he will need to pot if he plays it, because should he not, then he will have opened up Maluva's game. There's a chance for snooker here. Just white ball slightly passing at the right side of the yellow ball he's looking at. And then behind the black, could the white ball hide or be hidden? He will have snookered Maluva. But once again, that will be a simple snooker to try and escape. He actually doesn't snooker. Lets his opponent see one of his balls, but a very little sight of that red ball that is entangled between the black and the SEIF's yellow. And for a frame like this one, Maluva will be knowing that in the current stand of the balls, he is probably fighting a lost fight. Doing some little mass shot. Finds his red. But the position of the white ball at last gives SEIF long range target diagonally to the corner pocket top left of your screen. And if that one is gotten into the pocket, then he will probably be home and dry. $700 US, the prize for this victory. A match is played on an individual basis, but with the national interests at heart. And yet SEIF gets to miss a ball at a crucial time of the match. I'm not so sure what he's trying to do. Maybe he can see space between the yellow ball and the cushion. I didn't see that from the camera position. He did see it, and he's the person that matters. Creates chance for himself, a game that he had no right trying to win, which is turning out a game that he is stealing from his opponent. A game that is a sign of a young man with the brains of an old man. MALVERN MUKONZA 13, SEIF HAMAD 9. MALVERN needs 3, SEIF needs 7 of the remaining 9 games.
range.
There is now an increasing likelihood, a feeling that it is not SEIF's day, even when he is so close to winning, because he now can't afford to lose, to give away any games cheaply. He gets himself snookered. Maybe this is not his day. Maybe he can try another day. Maybe he will have a chance to take revenge on Malova tomorrow. In the 8-man comp, there he is, finds the yellow. It was almost a fluke, but a fluke which didn't come to pass at all, because the resting position of that yellow ball, the one yellow ball for SEIF, has a space between that ball and the left jaw of the pocket. Malova can either pot or, yes, he does pot, and pots very effectively, because he has the pocket open once and for all. A game that he can win even when it is not critical. On a training session, he would win. He will clear this game 10 times out of 10. And the only difference is that it's not a training session. It is the last stage of a money match, with over 2,000 people watching online, a few hundreds watching at the venue, and no room for Malova to blink. It is starting to seem that Malova is winning a second consecutive money match away from home, having ventured into the country 3 days ago as a one-man army. This time, not having Eshka by his side, not understanding the language of the area. His only language is the language of potting balls. It's exactly what brought him to Kampala. And here he is, and makes it 14 against the 9 of SEIF, in whose mathematics would mean that SEIF needs 7 and MALVERN needs 2 of the remaining 8 games.
It is a race to 16. MALVERN 14. SEIF 9.
The same SEIF gets to put at least a red ball on the break, and yes, a yellow ball as well in the same shot. Definitely going for yellows. Of course, they are better positioned. Gets to close the table in the same shot, opening up the pocket. Now he has only one problem yellow ball, the one near the top end of the cushion, because it is so close to a red, and of course the black ball which is entangled in between 2 reds, as if he's playing to open up the black ball. Look at the shot. There he plays. Black is open. Beautiful. Still has to open one more yellow ball. Should he, then this one will be a very deserved win for SEIF HAMAD. He decides instead to move the white ball around the 2 balls that are yellow and red, getting himself slight sight of that yellow ball, which he'll be trying to put maybe to the center pocket on the right by the double. And this is the shot. As if he's going for the straight center. He is so unlikely. Goes for the double and misses.
Let's not inconvenience the players. Please leave the players alone.
At the spot in Chiraka is where we are.
Center table is
A number of comps have been going on at this place this year.
to players.
A men's comp, the opening comp of the grand opening of this venue. Comp was won by Mansouri's victory over Caesar. That match on the Break and Finish Live YouTube platform is the most viewed game on the platform this year.
Anytime.
Also, a ladies comp that was won by Rukia. Another ladies game that was won yesterday by the same player.
Center table, yes, you.
We'll want to sink the red ball closest to the white to the center pocket on the left. The white ball naturally taps 1 or 2 other red balls,
Game 1.
which MALVERN will want to be positioned well, so that he can try to put, try to sink, try to steal the game away from him, away from SEIF again. Tomorrow these 2 players will be again racing to 13, this time in the 8-man comp. The draw was not fair to themselves at all.
4 p.m. At 8 p.m. one of the best.
Where there is a will,
Caesar
MALVERN will ensure that there is a way.
At 8 p.m.
That is a shot of class. And SEIF in his mind knows it that this young man is outplaying him. Up against the black, this time to make it 15. A match that is now having one young man dominate a player older than him. Only in the attacking sense of the game, MALVERN is showing superiority in potting, in thinking, in execution, in class, and very importantly, in longevity in a long race. MALVERN MUKONZA 15 and SEIF HAMAD 9. 7 games to go. SEIF HAMAD must win them all or else lose the match. should he produce a very powerful break in which he puts at least one ball, either a red or a yellow. That's the break. He gets to put one red and one yellow. But a number of balls are entangled against each other, 3 reds, a black and a yellow. At that point where you have a black spot. And if Malva is to make this clearance, if he is to go home on this one has to be special. He's nominating to play the yellows. Seems not to have made up his mind. There is that yellow ball near the center pocket. If he puts it, then the white ball opens up the black ball and the second yellow in its natural movement. Should have been the safer pot for a player of this level. Nonetheless, he is a top level player. We can only wait and see. That is a miss. That is so welcome for Maluva. So welcome for SEIF, but then so unfortunate for Maluva. I want to beg your pardon. This is a chance for SEIF. He can no longer afford to lose any more game in this match, because defeat in a game spells doom. It spells $700 lost in about 2 hours or so. He's a little bit out of sorts, SEIF. That shot to a player over this level was nothing short of poor. Pulling the white ball backwards only to get himself snookered, having sight of only one ball, which is the only good red ball he has on table. He needs to make an opening of the other 3 in this shot, which he doesn't really get right. So far, being outplayed, outcompeted, outmuscled, outbeaten, outled, outpotted, out everything. And yet, he recovers by connecting to play a shot that I never saw coming. From my camera angle, it seemed as though that was not possible. But again, the position of the white ball is not the one that will be happy with SEIF at all. It is his first time ever in Uganda, though he's only cross-border away. Having an elevated angle of the shoe to avoid anything like a foul. Yes, he did not foul, but will not be happy with himself in the resulting position of the white ball after this shot. And yet he knows clearly, SEIF, that if Malva wins any other game, which is this game in this case, the race will be complete. Now here comes the Harare Express, with a chance to win a second match in succession from away from home on 2 different tables against 2 different players playing exactly the same style and enforcing his attacking play on his opponents. During the week it was Habib. For now he's trying to make SEIF HAMAD a victim of his. He has only 2 yellows to go. One of them is gone. The other he is playing right now. By simply rolling that yellow ball to the corner on the bottom left of the screen, white ball bouncing off the same cushion, having it into space. He would easily have gotten himself white ball for the black, either to the center pocket on the right, or better still, the corner pocket where he's playing from right now. And there is the shot. A beautiful shot. Little, but only top players perfect such, especially considering the level of pressure. It is $700. He has gotten himself richer. MALVERN MUKONZA, making Zimbabwe happy yet again after moving to Kampala last Thursday. Having slept in the country for now 3 days, he's going to sleep in the country for a 5th day, but with a lot more joy than he has. That is why everybody is happy in the comment section. Lots of Shona all over the place. And thank you for watching. The people from the Great Republic of Zimbabwe who have flooded this stream today, supporting your boy. He can only pack up his queue and wait to receive his money. Final score in this money match between SEIF of Tanzania and Malva of Zimbabwe has ended 16-9 in Malva's favor. We meet tomorrow. For now, I wish you a wonderful rest of your evening, and may the Almighty God bless you.